Innovation really only happens in one way, and that's when you're in market, delivering to customers and getting feedback. So delivery drives innovation. Innovation can only happen when you're in market, out in front of customers, when you're receiving feedback, when you're actually launching something out into that sort of target group. And so, well, that might sound a little bit funny or a little bit obvious. Where innovation initiatives largely fail is because they're not tied to any one organizational strategy, and they're not actually reaching the intended user or customer group. And then the second one that I think about is organizations who are really successful in innovation. They spend a little bit more time creating the right conditions and the right capabilities. This is sort of your digital operating model than they do on any one particular initiative. So it's easy to sort of get that tunnel vision, get really stuck on one initiative. But the problem with that is that it's not always scalable. It's not always repeatable. And so those organizations that sort of focus on that digital operating model, doing things in a repeatable and scalable way, that's a real attribute and a real telling sign for success. The number one question to ask yourself as either an innovation or digital leader or as a group or an organization is, what strategy is this innovation initiative enabling? So actually most initiatives and most projects can't answer that question very clearly or very well. So as a standalone initiative, they're potentially interesting, but they don't actually link to a corporate initiative. And if it's not enabling a strategy, then it's not getting the cross-functional business case. It's not going to get the support long-term, and it's unfortunately not going to do very well as an initiative. A transformation requires courage, not strategy. And I know that's sort of intentionally taking it a little bit far, oversimplifying it a little bit, but I think that's really important as a key sort of attribute or trait. It's who's here to play to win, not just to play not to lose. How you see that sort of manifest within digital leaders or innovation leaders is somebody that's setting goals that are actually impossible to achieve in the absence of innovation. And so when I see somebody setting a goal like that, I think, okay, this person's playing to win. This person has the courage. This person is going to do a great job and be successful. What I think is really important is that digital leaders and digital innovation teams are sort of pushing the boundaries of creativity. They're pushing the boundaries of capability, but they're considering or respecting the box that they play within. And the box could be their industry, the box could be their organization, just some of the natural constraints that come with doing business. The problem is that when you don't consider those, then you have huge blockers in terms of reaching market and having a successful innovation program. At a traditional conference, it can be a little exhausting, right? So you're chasing down people that you want to meet with, but then you need to go sort of find a quiet meeting room. You have to sort of align your schedules, and that can be challenging over only a 2 or 3 day conference. What the GDS format does a really good job at is cutting out the noise. And so what's really worked well from a format perspective is that everyone's coming with a shared purpose. Everyone's coming with a shared context. You have a sort of predefined schedule and areas and a forum to meet together. And so that it's quite sort of sophisticated from that perspective.